Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Heart Rim. I'm Travis Bruce, and today I have a special guest with us. Listen, she's a blurred. She does cosplay. She also does some pretty extreme porn. And I had the opportunity of meeting her at BlurCon. I whipped her ass in some Capcom versus Street Fighter, but then she came back and cleaned my clock in some Mario Kart. I have with us Gross Demon, Alex MONROE. Alex, welcome to the Heart Realm.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to be here.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Now, everyone, listen. So I was at BlurCon, which is the Black Comic Con nerd convention in Arlington, Virginia, and I ran into Alex. We clicked instantly, had an absolute blast, and then we started talking. And then Alex revealed to me she does porn, and I was like, "Wow," because I mean, you don't seem like a person who does porn. Now, Alex, tell us how the hell did this all start? How did you get into porn?
Well, I kind of have a long history of sexual abuse, right? And it created a lot of unhealthy relationships with sex in general. And like
What
me specific,
what age did it? All throughout your life?
did I start porn or the abuse?
The abuse.
I guess you could say all throughout my life. Like the earliest was like I was like 5, 8, something like that. Like I don't know, I was really young. And that's only the stuff I remember, you know? It's like the body
Yeah.
remembers things that the brain doesn't. So I don't even know the full extent of the story. I just know that it started from a young age and then continued up until I became a person. But like there's unhealthy associations with it that I couldn't really get past because I'm not really a like casual sex kind of person. I take sex really serious, which is why the whole like as you said, I don't really seem like the type that would do porn because I'm not really.
Mm-hmm.
But because I had been through so much and I had tried like the one attempt I had made in having a casual sex partner went horribly wrong. And then like one day they were confiding in me telling me how like they were having an STD scare with the person that they were sleeping with, and I didn't even know that they were sleeping with anybody else. So just to have such shocking news be given to me, I'm pretty sure that was like after we had sex that day too.
Wow.
And that just kind of like violated my trust to a point where I didn't really want to engage in casual sex because, like, why risk it? Why even have the hassle of it? And I kept asking myself, how can I work on this trauma, this relationship that I have with sex and being so awkward about it and, like, uncomfortable with it? And then my brain kept saying, do porn. The first time I was like, no, that can't be for real because that's not something that I would really consider doing. And then months down the line, I'd ask myself again, and then got the same response. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Fine. Let me try. Let me put myself out there, see what happens. I'm not going to do anything that I'm not comfortable with. I'm not going to like work with anybody that gives me bad vibes. I'm going to use this opportunity to find power over the sexual aspect of myself and like put my foot down and be like, okay, somebody wants me to do this. I'm not comfortable with that, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna say where my boundaries are, see if they'll work with me, and then if not, have the strength and courage to walk away from that situation. You know, I mean, the first person I ended up working with was like, they made me feel really uncomfortable. They wanted me to do things that I wasn't comfortable doing, and they were trying to tell me that I would have to be a certain way and look a certain way and do certain things. And I was like, no, that's not what I got into this for. So I didn't end up working with them anymore. And then I ended up finding this really nice guy who's just like a great guy in general, and he does porn. And I ended up working with him for majority of my career. until like he moved too far away for us to work together. And then it just became something that I did until I felt like I'd gotten what I wanted from it. You know, like I'd healed the parts that I wanted to heal, found, reestablished my boundaries, felt like, plus, especially working with the guy I was working with for what I wanted to do, he was really respectful. He treated me like a person. He's possibly one of the only producers I've ever worked with where it's like we hung out a little bit first, you know, like we would just talk about life and smoke and then shoot. And like every time, like something that sticks with me is this one time where we were like in the middle of a shooting and I wanted to stop. So I kind of like went like this above my head so it wouldn't be in like it wouldn't be on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't think he was gonna get it, but then he stopped because he clearly knew I was going timeout, and like just stuff like that that like probably means nothing to him meant so much to me because like that's how safe I felt with him the entire time. Plus he spoiled me. Like when I said I got everything I wanted from the experience and I was gonna quit doing porn, and he was respectful of that, but he also offered me a raise. And I was like, you know what? I like working with you. I like having sex with you. You treat me really good. Like he pays for my cabs there. He would always give me weed when I asked for it. Like sometimes he would give me more money. Like he would always give. Like sometimes he would give me a cash advance if I asked for it, and then we would work together. And I guess he liked fucking me so much that he would just like give me the full amount anyway. So it's like I understood that he was spoiled me and that a lot of people wouldn't be like that, but at the same time it's like he always played within my boundaries, and it's like he's the reason I always vouch for. It's like people can't really tell me that I need to act a certain way and be a certain type of way because I have a very dedicated and committed following of people that like my stuff and like me as a person, that like stick around. So it's like if you shoot with me, you're gonna get some bump because there's gonna be some amount of people that want to see me specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like he gave me even more of the power that I had gone into porn to do. So it's like if you're not gonna treat me half as nice as he does, you're not gonna give me half the things he does, you're not gonna like look out for me the way he does, why am I gonna like go into this and accept less from other people, especially when it comes to like sexual partners, you know?
So when you first got into porn, I mean, the first day you decided you wanted to get into porn. What was that like? How did you find the director to get in porn? And when the first day you were on set, what was going on through your head?
Well, well, to start off, I got in it through this website called Sexy Jobs. I don't remember how I found it, but I did a little research back in the day. I started maybe like 10ish years ago or something like that. But like it was mostly on that website. That's why I found the first guy that I'd worked with. That's where I'd found the guy that I'd worked with continuously for my whole career. A lot of people still kind of like contact me through that job, that website, because the website kind of like has a wide array of jobs. Like you can have on camera jobs, but then they also have the option to like do camera work and management work and all this other stuff in the industry. But I guess the first day that I actually did like porn, you know, I just went into it accepting what was going to happen. Like I can get really weird when it comes to sex because it's so intimate to me, but like at the same time, because of how many times I've like did it without wanting to, or just been in the position where you just kind of have to get through it. Like I went into it kind of with that mentality, but not on more so like I don't want to be here. More so like I am committed, I am consenting to doing this and open to this, and hopefully it is a good experience that makes me want to. I don't know. At the very least, makes me feel good and not like bad. you know? Like, at the very least, going in and having a good sexual experience. And like part of why I got into porn is because I also have like I had a sex addiction because of what I'd experienced growing up.
I can
So it
imagine.
can be hard to not like just jump into bed with somebody just because I like them, but then I like really kick myself about it after that. Let's just like cut out the part where we do the things we regret and just not. But like the first day, it was really good. It was really comfortable. Mike was always really respectful of like my boundaries and stuff, and like that was one of the first things he did was like ask what I was okay with. He pretty much told me what was gonna happen, so I had like an idea of what to expect because like he knew it was my first time ever doing anything like that. And he just basically made the whole process like really easy, which is why anytime anybody tells me that they wanna like get into porn, I usually send them his way because he took such good care of me. And I don't know if he's like that with everybody, but at the very least, my experience has been wonderful.
Now, you specialize in anal sex. Why anal?
That's just kind of how it happened. Like,
How does that just happen? How does that just happen?
because Mike likes anal, and I also like anal. So a lot of the times he would ask if I would be down to do anal because, like, I don't do oral. So that kind of like is a negative on my half because people love oral. And he says that apparently a lot of the people he work with don't do anal, I think.
Most porn
So
stars don't.
because
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like since I guess it was something that a lot of people don't do, that was what we leaned into. But like I also think it's mostly just because he really likes anal. And I'm down. So I guess, might as well. And I guess we just shot so much of it that I just became known for anal.
Now. So listen. I've listened to other porn stars that do anal, and they say, there's things you have to do to prepare yourself for anal sex. Like you have to do fasting, you have to do enemas. Are those things that you do?
Yeah, like anytime I was gonna do porn, I wouldn't eat for, I wouldn't eat before and try to not like have anything in my system,
Mm-hmm.
which sometimes would suck because, as I said, Mike was really good to me, and sometimes he would try to feed me before, and I'm like, "What are you doing to me?"
Because I mean, listen. I skim through some of your videos. Now, one thing I noticed, Alex, a lot of the videos that I've seen that you're in, it looks like you're stoned out of your mind. It looks like you're not mentally, physically there. It's almost like you are subconsciously, you went to some other place. Is that the case?
um, kinda. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's because my intention is to find a happy place with sex with my body. I'm one, yes, generally I am pretty stoned, but it it's a very physical experience for me because, like, the person I'm shooting with, I don't love them, so I'm not fully engaged with them. I'm in my body, feeling, trying to like see how I feel, see how like the penetration feels. Am I enjoying this? If not, can I adjust myself to do so? I find that oftentimes I have a hard time having an orgasm. So oftentimes I'm really in the body pushing for the pleasure, if that makes sense.
Okay. Because listen, I was. You're going to see in in an interview that's going to be coming up soon. I think after yours. But I was like, so I have this show on the channel that's called Horror Talk, and my co-host Adam was like, listen, we're going to do some extreme horror shit. I'm going to introduce you some fucked up horror, and he introduced me to the also Underground series. I don't know if you've seen those, but they're like hardcore fucking rapey like horror films. And so I got through the first one. I was like, "Oh, this is pretty bad." And then, but then I seen some of your videos, and then I watched. I was like, "But this is not bad." Well, I watched your video for the first time. Alex, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. It really stuck with me because I mean, it's pretty fucking extreme. It's pretty.
You think so?
I hear you describe it as loving. It's pretty fucking extreme. Like I saw one where a motherfucker had a thing that looked like a fucking baseball bat ramming your ass. Like I'm like, and like shit was coming out of your fucking ass. Like I'm like, holy fucking shit. I'm like, I met this woman, and this woman seems like the nicest, most awesome person ever, and she's just getting fucking like rammed with a baseball bat in the fucking ass. Holy shit. It's extreme. It's extreme. By the way, listen, please watch yourself. You can find it on Pornhub, X videos, all that stuff, but it's pretty fucking extreme. So I mean, is there any part of you when you're doing this, you're like, is there any regret or afterwards? Are you like, fuck, like the whole world? I mean, I saw that one of your videos had 38 million fucking views. So I mean, 38 million people have seen you, you know, get fucked in the ass with a baseball bat. I mean, is there any regret? Do you think about like, oh my goodness, what does this look like, you know, 10 years from now if somebody runs into me and I'm out of porn and they come across this?
Not really. I don't know. I've always just seen it as like an experience that I've had. And like it's not really gonna matter that much to the people meant to be in my life. You know? Like I'm more of a cult leader than a president. So I don't really have to worry about that, you know? Like I'm never gonna go into a field where I feel like it's gonna be something that matters. Plus, it's not, I don't know. I don't recall that video that you're describing. I think I know the item that you're referring to.
Yes,
But I
it
don't
was
think that was in my ass.
Well, this one was
But
definitely
like,
an ass because, like, well, there's several videos where you're getting fucked in the ass, and you know, there's shit that comes out, you know, and I never fucked anybody in the ass, so I don't know. But like, I don't know if that's part of anal sex or not. But like, I mean, it's pretty graphic.
yeah, it could definitely be pretty graphic.
But there's never been a time that you did a scene and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Have you
No,
ever had that?
no, I'm usually just like in my body, you know?
Okay.
And I enjoyed the things that we did. You know, like it's not really an experience that I've had with a lot of partners where things could be just how to describe it. Where you just have the pleasure aspect of a relationship without the relationship. Like you don't have to worry about your producer changing and becoming a different person on you, you know? So it's a safe space where you just get to like experience the freak shit that you wouldn't get to in your daily life because then you just get to skip the part where you build the trust in the relationship and learn about a person and all that stuff. I try not to live with regrets, you know? I had a really fucked up childhood that I guess I get the pleasure of having my only regret in life being chalked up to did I do all that I could? Did I have as much fun as I wanted? Did I express myself in the ways that I wanted to so that I don't know if a plane fucking crashes into my building right now, could I say that I was proud of the journey I took?
Yeah. Now, why do you feel like so many women? So when men are traumatized or sexually assaulted as young boys, they usually become predators. They usually become violent. They usually become killers. They usually be murderers. Why is it, do you think, that when women at a young age are raped, molested, why do you think they become more sexually promiscuous? Why do you think they usually tend to go into the sex industry?
Honestly, I wouldn't know how to answer that because I feel like even if I wasn't violated because of my personality, I might, like, at the very least, I would do OnlyFans stuff. Like, I definitely might have fallen into that because at the very end of the day, my OnlyFans is just a version of my Instagram that I can't really share
Mm-hmm.
dominantly, or I'm not comfortable sharing on like such a public scale. Because I can always say that I've enjoyed like more risque things and like taking pictures and like playing into fetishes and stuff like that. And that's just like my interest outside of that. Because, like, as I said, like, if it was possible for me to have a safe sexual relationship with a person that I was just in a relationship with, then I wouldn't have ended up in porn. But that wasn't really available to me because the people in my life weren't giving me a space where I could feel safe and comfortable and have like the ability to explore things or like even just have a safe person to have sex with, you know? So that's like the only reason I ended up there because it was a open potential to find that healing. But I can't really speak on others.
Okay. Now, have you ever thought about going to a therapist in any type of psychological thing like that, or
Yeah, I've
is
seen a
this
therapist before.
okay? Or is this to you more therapy for you?
I would say they go hand in hand.
Okay.
You know, like I definitely would have enjoyed my experience more if I had somebody to like talk about it with.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there definitely were moments in which I found healing. Like generally, 9.9 times out of 10, when I left to shoot with Mike, I would be radiating. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm going in, I'm having this safe, fun, enjoyable sexual experience with a person that I know is going to be consistent. Like gradually, as our relationship got better, he would like pay for my cabs. He would give me weed. He would feed me. If I asked for something, it was mine. You know. So
Mm-hmm.
like that became a safe space that I personally was never granted in any of my sexual relationships growing up. And then, like, granted, like most of my experience was with that one person. I am not really like I don't do porn anymore. I mean, I still like make things by myself, but I'm not shooting with other producers, you know? And I only really ever shot with other producers because I wanted to see if I could if I would enjoy it with other people. But I'm not a good whore. This industry isn't for me. I mean, I never said that it was, nor did I ever try to convince myself or anyone else that it ever was. You know? I just did it because it was a direction I thought I could find healing in, which I did. And then only continued because it was enjoyable.
Now, one thing right now. So this is an indie horror show, right? So right
Mm-hmm.
now there is a huge. I'm gonna say it's a takeover Because the porn industry is kind of dead with free porn. The porn industry is kind of has died or is not as lucrative anymore. So now
Mm-hmm.
there's the OnlyFans market. So a lot of porn stars are moving to OnlyFans, but not only that, a lot of porn stars, ex porn stars, and OnlyFans models are going into indie horror, and they're making tons of money. I mean, one right now off the top of my head is the biggest indie horror star right now is Jessa Flux. Retired porn star, still does OnlyFans. I think she makes like $5,000 to $8,000 a film, which is quite a bit for a small independent movie. Why do you think so many? Why do you think ex porn stars love horror, and why are they flocking to horror, and why are horror fans excited to see porn actresses in horror?
Um, well, I don't know. I feel like in my experience, my like the little following that I do have is very loyal. They just like me, you know. They're on my YouTube, they're on my Instagram, they're on my OnlyFans, they're wherever I am, you know. And I feel like whatever I show up in, they're just excited to see more of me, which I get. I'm always excited for more of me too, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like honestly, I just feel like people love horror in general. Like I am a squeamish little baby, but I also really love horror. Like I'm really big into psychological horror, but I also have a really overactive imagination, so I can't be fucking with horror like that. But I'm also like a huge theater nerd. So when it comes down to like, there's so much theatrics that goes into horror between like the effects and the hamminess that like you really got to go crazy to like portray that you're scared. Like it's totally different from just regular acting. But
but
yeah,
but I mean,
I,
is that something that you would be interested in doing, acting in horror movies?
yeah. I mean, I'm a theater kid. I'm also kind of a narcissist, so like anything I can be in, I'm down.
Okay, so all the horror filmmakers that will watch this show definitely hit up Alex. Now, Alex, where is this snake you were telling me about that you made? Is
Oh,
it nearby?
Slow.
Yes.
I mean, she's in a bag, but if you don't mind waiting a minute, I could grab her.
Yes. Yes. I will love to see it.
All right.
Whoa,
Okay.
that's cool.
So here's the girl.
And you made it sure yourself.
I did from scratch. She's hand sewn.
Now, how long did that take?
Like a week.
And how long is she? Let me see. Hold it.
She is like 12 to 16 feet.
Wow. And it keeps going.
She has like a little clip right here. So like I can wrap her around my body and so like not have to hold her when I'm walking around. And it connects here. And I just wrap her around. And she has a pocket around here somewhere. Yeah. It's big enough to fit just my cell
Oh,
phone.
that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she's kind of just a prototype, though. I want to make like a better version that can actually stand up on its own.
See, Alex is extremely talented. Now, listen, Alex, were you impressed on how? Listen, I haven't played Mario Kart in God knows how many years. Were you impressed how quickly I caught onto Mario Kart?
Yeah, yeah. You
I
definitely
mean,
get improved real fast.
yes, you were whipping my ass in Mario Kart, and then I think it took about 3 or 4 games. But listen, but at the same time, you were throwing shells at me and shit that was definitely cheating.
No, you can't say that I was cheating after you picked the hardest track and like everything was just like this with no rails. I would have won if like it wasn't for me constantly falling off of everything.
I didn't know where I was going. I was just like, this. It seems cool. Let's go with this. I was like, maybe actually have a shot of winning, and I did win. I did win a couple towards the end.
Yeah, yeah, because you cheated with the tracks.
But listen, Alex, where can everyone find you?
On Instagram, you can find me at unperf. That's short for unperfect. And on YouTube, I'm the Gross Demon. Everywhere else, I'm pretty much the Gross Demon.
Okay, go down in the description, everyone, and the link to the Gross Demon YouTube is down there. So please click like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Alex, by the way, where did the name Gross Demon come from?
Well, I wanted to pick a fun moniker, and it's kind of a combination of things. I just feel like as an individual, I've been demonized a lot in life. Plus, as a Scorpio, I'm a generally darker, more macabre person. So that's where the demon part comes from. And the gross is just like, people like to tell me that I'm not, but I personally, as a person that knows me, feel like I am a very gross individual. You know, people like to say that I'm not, and then it's like I'll be using my partner's sleeve as a napkin half the time, and I'm a very mucusy individual that has to live with that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I also like to bite my toenails, which people think is pretty gross.
Oh,
So it's like
stop doing that. Was 5. Yeah.
I never stop because, like, I used to have a really bad nail biting problem, but you can't be having little nubby stubs on your hands, and then everybody sees that, and now they're judging you. So I switched to biting my toes because people usually don't see those. Even though I'm trying to stop now because there's a whole market for foot people out there, and I'm trying to capture that.
Market out there. It's a huge market, and you definitely have to capture it, and you cannot do that with,
Like I'm telling you, I don't like. I understand how I got here, but I don't like being known as like the scat person. I don't like that. I'm fine with being with anal, but that's not where most of my following is. So it's like if I could just steamroll those people with the feet people, I'll be happy.
By the way, do you ever read any of the comments on your videos?
I don't read comments.
Oh my goodness! Please don't. Please don't. Please
don't. I don't read comments. I don't have. That's why I'm so scared of being actually known, because it's like I don't have the heart for that. I'm just a squishy little baby.
Well, listen. Be warned. It's some extreme shit. Go on Pornhub, X videos. What are the other porn sites?
I don't even look at my stuff half the time.
Okay. Well, just Google Gross Demon Alex MONROE and porn, and you'll find all of it. You see, you never watch any of your own videos?
Nope, I've only seen maybe like 3 videos and like some trailers sometimes when people like advertise videos on Twitter and then they tag me. But I generally don't watch things. It's like I'm not really. It's like I'm there for the experience and the money. Everything past that, I just throw out of my brain. Because, like, I'm here for what it's going to do for me, not so much the aftermath, you know?
Okay. If I was in porn, I wouldn't want to watch myself either. I mean, I wouldn't want to see myself naked. So that's for a completely different reason.
Yeah, I don't even like the way I sound. So I actually don't like the way I sound in sexual situations. So why would I want to listen to that?
I don't even know how I sound during sex. I don't want to know. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to know either. I don't even know. Yeah, I wouldn't want somebody to look at my face. I wouldn't even be looking at my own face during sex. That sounds weird.
Yeah, people be making weird faces.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I look like I'm having a stroke or something when I'm having sex. But not making fun of people who have strokes. But listen, if you like some sick, fucking disgusting porn, if you like anal, if you like shit, if you like things, and also you like attractive women, go and check out her videos and also follow her.
No, I need more normal people with different kinks. I like if you got a weird kink that nobody wants to like satiate, that you think is weird, but not too weird, Not too weird. I don't know. Maybe we can play with maybe we can play with vomit, but we can't play with spit. I mean, not we can't play with
All right, all
shit. We
right.
can definitely play with spit. I need more people who have weird fetishes. Come find
I
me.
have a question. So
We can make something happen.
I watched a documentary on people who have. It's called horseplay. Have you seen that? Where they dress up as horses,
Yeah.
and one person is the trainer and one person is the horse. How about that? I don't. Is there an OnlyFans for that?
I mean, there's an OnlyFans for everything. There are people into everything.
I never
They
been
just
on
gotta
one.
like find each other. But I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm too much of a narcissist to cover my face.
No, but you can just do the ears with the tail. I mean, listen, they have a whole
True. I mean, I do
convention.
do that. I do that with like dog ears and stuff, and I have a little black tail. I'm trying to like afford one of those fancy butt plugs that like goes to where the tail is actually supposed to be, and doesn't just like make the tail like it come out looks like doesn't make the tail look like it just comes out your ass, you know? Because that's not where
Yeah.
tails come from.
But they have a huge convention here in Baltimore every year. It's biggest I think in the country, and it's called the BronyCon, and it's
Uh,
men who like fetish on women dressed like My Little Ponies. So and you have colorful tails and hair and stuff. I'm not into that, but I know that there's a lot of men who are into that. So that's a whole nother fetish area as well.
true. True. I mean, I'm down to like I don't know, because I've always had an interest in like fetishes, and I find them to be really interesting. I always like it when people are into like weird shit, because like tell me more. Weird shit is interesting, you know? Fuck vanilla sex. Fuck the vanilla lifestyle. I'm here for like the weird ways that people's brain tick and all their like humanisms, you know?
Well, listen, that's why I was drawn right in because I was like, I said I'm a content creator. You said I'm a content creator too. I said I have a horror YouTube channel. And you said I do anal pornos. I was like, what, huh? I was drawn in at that point. I was curious, like what, and I wanted to find out more, and I did. I found out a lot more. Alex, listen, it's always listen. It's a blast having you on. I feel like I need to get Alex a show on his channel doing something.
I'm always down.
Yeah, so I don't know what yet, but Alex is going to have a show. It's not going to be porn, but she's going to have a show on the channel. So
I don't know, man. Like, is it not porn if I'm making love to the camera?
it is, it is, it is. But it's going to be no nudity. I can't do that. YouTube would take me off, Alex.
That's true. I mean, we don't have to do nudity.
I mean, we could do cleavage or something, but I don't think I can.
I don't have that.
Oh, good one. All right, let's. I don't know. Listen, brainstorm in the comments. Say, what kind of show would you like to see Alex do on horror? I don't know. Cosplay, something like that. Horror cosplay. How about that?
Horror cosplay.
Yeah.
That could be fun. That could be fun. I need cosplay ideas after all, because like I started watching One Piece, and now all my brain thinks about is One Piece. I don't even remember what I cosplayed before One Piece.
Oh, by the way, Blurcon, did you see the guy twerking with the booty shorts on?
I did not.
Oh, that was the
No.
most horrific thing ever. Like it was just ball sacks just flapping everywhere. I
Oh,
was like, what the
jeez.
fuck is going on? And it was kids around too. I was like, what is going on? Did you see
Oh.
my Blurcon walkthrough video? You should watch that.
Mm-mm.
I did a review afterwards too.
Okay.
Yeah, do you admit? I mean, listen, that is not a kid friendly convention. Would you agree?
I would say so. I never really thought of it as a kid-friendly convention just because of it. It's always had this like party atmosphere to it. But I mean,
Yeah,
I guess it really depends on how open-minded you want to be with your kids and what you want them to like experience. Because I mean, at the end of the day, a body is just a body, and if you're not really doing anything sexual, then it shouldn't be too weird. Even though like people have this weird stigma against nudity, even though like humans are the only weird fucking animals in the animal kingdom that decided that clothing is the norm. But like, that's another rant for another day. But like,
but
it's
I just think it's weird how they post on their day. It's a kid friendly event, it's to me, I found that as more. It's like a club. It's like if you went to a Comic Con club. That's what I thought it was. It felt like a club Comic Con with the DJ and the dancing. It felt more like a club atmosphere than
Yeah,
like a New York Comic Con or a San Diego Comic Con, which is more family friendly.
definitely. I definitely get that vibe because Blurred is more like a non-stop party. Even like I think last year they had more panels for kids. This year it seemed more like kink oriented and like sexually open. And I feel like it's going to be more so that next year as well because of the theme. Even though they keep trying to like freeze us with when they place the actual con, but like I don't know. I don't think it should be advertised as a family friendly thing.
Yeah,
Like maybe be open to families if they want to like bring their kids with the understanding of what is going to actually be in store, but maybe not advertise it as such just because of like how little is actually aimed towards kids and how much of it is so grown.
it is. I mean, and there's a lot of nudity going on. There's a lot of nudity, and like if I would not want to bring a 5-year-old or something like that. Maybe a teenager, maybe, but like I don't think I would bring a kid there because I mean there was a lot of grown up shit going on there. So
Mm-hmm. Definitely that.
yes, Alex, once again, thank you for coming on, and
Anytime.
I will whoop your ass next year in Mario Kart and Street Fighter. You got to. By the way, you told me that you did not know how to play Street Fighter, and you almost had me a couple times. But I'm a Street Fighter pro. I
I
grew up on it.
mean, I'm a natural, once I know what I'm doing. Plus, certain games, they just connect with how my brain works, like Injustice and Soul Calibur. And also, I discovered that they did have Injustice there. So,
Really?
you gotta play me at my game next time.
Okay.
But there's just certain games that, like, trigger. Basically, what I was doing was just using the knowledge that I had and implementing it over because most of these games are generally the same.
Both the same. 1%. 120%. Still fun though. All right,
Yeah.
everyone, listen. Thank you for coming to this edition of. We weren't talking about horror, but we're talking about a lot of porn. I'm Travis Bruce, and that's Alex Monroe. We'll see you next time.
Until next time, Internet Nation, know that you
Yes.
are loved.